Hello and welcome to the Pundemic, a show all about one-liners. Back at our first lockdown in March or April, I thought it'd be a good idea to do an online show about all about one-liner jokes, and it's only taken me till December to get around to actually doing it. But here we are anyway. So I got a couple of friends of mine to hop on, comedians who some of them are out of their comfort zone, some of them are used to doing one-liners, and see if they could do one-liners on a particular subject, given a certain amount of time. But before I get on to our first guest, I just want to explain my take anyway on the different types of one-liners. You have your standard one-liner, which is like, they tried to stop me wearing my magnetic gloves at the clay pigeon shoot, but I stuck to my guns. Then you have your puns, which are usually like a play on words. I got very upset when the council turned down my plans for the new football stadium because it was too high. I had to wipe away a tear. Then you have dad jokes, which I really like. They're always the silly ones. My uncle got promoted in the council. He's now gone from roads to footpaths, so it's a step up for him. His career's on the right path. And tags, which I just literally did there. Tags are, for anyone that follows me on Facebook, you'll know what tags are. Usually when you have a one-liner, people add on another punchline and another punchline and another punchline. Like, I'll give you an example. I have a phobia about recliner chairs since, going way back. And a tag would be, it's actually a deep-seated fear. It's gone very common. People need to sit up and take notice. You get the gist anyway, So anyway, applying all those, I got on to a few friends of mine and asked them if they could join me and see if they could come up with jokes on a particular subject. And no better man to start off with than one of my oldest friends in comedy and a mentor to me, if I'm honest. He'll love me saying that. But anyway, Carl Spain. But we got off to a bit of a slow start.
Okay, on the count of three, ready? 1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3.
Carl Spain, everybody.
Oh, Marsh, everybody.
I haven't seen you in how long has it been? This morning. No, I haven't seen. I was talking to you this morning. I'll tell you, you're our first guest on this, right? And there's two reasons for that. I figure you're going to set the pace here, and the other thing is, if I make an absolute balls of this Zoom thing, you'll understand.
I'm one that you can do the interview with again, is it?
Well, no, it's I you know me now. You understand that I'm not technically minded, so I think we're okay anyway. We'll see how the edit goes. Yeah,
we'll get there, Paul. This is the kind of banter that people have been dying to get a look into. I wonder what it's like listening to comedians' conversation. I can always get you to do it again.
So, what have you been doing for the pandemic, or the pandemic even?
The pandemic, I've been sitting around playing PlayStation, watching loads of stuff on Netflix and eating too many biscuits. So it's been a huge culture change.
It's pretty much the same as I've been doing. Yeah.
Huge difference to what I'd normally be doing. No, just, I learned German, learned Spanish, thinking of doing a few more languages. I learned all I can say in Spanish is I don't understand Spanish, and all I can say is German is I can't understand Spanish. Ich habe kein Spanish.
Well, you've done a lot better than I'm looking at a guitar here that I bought at the start of the year and thought, I'll learn how to play that, but that hasn't happened. So, any musical comedians out there, don't worry, you don't have any competition from me anyway. So. How are you fixed for one-liners? You be all right?
I'm not too bad with the old one-liners now and again. When I'm given the task.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to give you a subject in 2 minutes, and
okay.
I want you to come up with as many one-liners. I have this. I have a load of cards in here. I'm just going to randomly pick one.
Fix.
You will think it's a fix because it's fitness.
Oh, brilliant!
It's a vague subject. You can do whatever you want. I already know you might have one on this, but I don't know fitness. Anyways, you're.
I have a couple of jokes anyway. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to do some seamless editing and put up some fabulous graphics that says.
You do 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, no, you do 2 minutes of jokes about fitness while I'm writing mine.
I had planned on doing that, but then I thought if I'm going to do a couple of these shows, I can't be doing that. So, yeah, I'm going to let you off. You do your thing, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
What do they call that thing in the gym that you run on? What's that thing called?
Treadmill.
Treadmill. That's right.
Right, back in 2 minutes. And we're back after 2 minutes, or for a little bit longer. But anyway, how did you get on? All right.
Great. Why are we recording this bit first?
Don't be allowed to into the tricks of
the introduction first.
You can actually tell because after getting darker behind you anyway. So.
All right, and I can tell you're in the fire station because you've got the minion behind you.
Yeah. Right, so Carl Spain, you've had 2 minutes. See what you can do. One-liners of any style on fitness.
On fitness, right. In the gym, they call me Jerry Adams because even though I've been a member for years, no one can prove it. There's no evidence. When I joined the gym before, I'd never trained in a gym before. I used to be quite fit, so they said, all right, I needed an induction. They said, do you know any of the equipment? And I said, I do. The televisions, the phone, and the sofa. And I know how to use the three of them together as well. But when you join a gym, you don't know what to expect. And they go, what program do you want? And I said, I don't know. What programs do you do? And he said, well, we have 2 main programs. Are you looking to put on weight or are you looking to lose weight? And I said, well, which would you recommend yourself? It's that thing of, as well, if you go out for a walk, fitness has become such an obsession. You can't even go for a walk in a park without them randomly leaving gym equipment around the place. There's literally no excuse. There was all that thing now during the pandemic, people going, oh, I can't get to the gym. They've just left gym equipment on the side of the road, half the places. Oh, I can't go on the treadmill. You can walk. Instead of driving to the gym and going on a treadmill, walk to where the gym is and walk home. There's always somewhere else to run. Nobody needed to gym back in the old days because we all had jobs where you lifted things, you dragged things, you ran after things. So there was no need for gyms. Now it's because of our lifestyle that we need gyms to kind of work it out. But the thing that scared me away from the gym was not the exercise or the fitness. It was the old men in the changing room. It was the old men in the change room. Seeing old man's penis. Old man's penis in the change room is a bit like a Liverpool penalty. They're soft, but I've seen loads of them. Far too many for me to be happy. And that's scene. Graphics.
I'm so impressed you got the old man penis one in there because that's really working. I for every punchline I give you a tag as well. So I got you at 8. That's not too bad, is it? Yeah, 8.
I was just thinking when I was out for a walk recently, I realized I hadn't been walking enough because I was walking along the side of the road and there was traffic lights and the lights went red and I stopped while I was walking. And I went, you're in your car too often. You need to walk more. I heard someone walking behind me and I even looked in the rear view mirror that didn't exist to try and see who it was. I went, you need to do this a little bit more often.
I think I probably told you this before, but when in the ambulance, there's no rear view mirror. So all the buttons are up there. So I've often come up behind a load of traffic and went to press the blue lights button and then realized I'm in my car. It's or the other thing is, when you're reading the newspaper, do you ever do this when you're reading a newspaper and the print is a bit small and you put your 2 fingers and go, and then you realize that's a newspaper.
The one I got recognized there a while back when someone said, oh, are you the guy that was on Operation Transformation? I went, no, geez, I've never been more insulted. I was on Celebrity Operation Transformation. Oh my God, there's such a difference.
Well, listen, that was, I think, a good start off anyway. 8 to be. I see. As I say, I'm hoping that people will do this and they'll go, Oh, I got close to Carl Spain's score, or I bet Carl Spain's score even. You never know.
Yeah.
So
There was a TV thing before where they had a darts challenge for all the guests, and I got a high score because literally I had 5 seconds. I realized the countdown was gone, and I had 3 darts in my hand, and I threw the 3 of them, and 2 of them stuck in the dartboard.
Okay, what was that one?
It was on the cafe. Do you remember the Aidan
Oh,
Cowley?
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I had the weird thing of I was on it one week when I was doing the show about dating with Samantha Mumba, and the joke I did was like, "Oh, this is nice that you've set up this date." To which I think Samantha Mumba was like, "What?" No, we haven't. But I think it was a couple of months later, I met one of the guys who recorded sound on my TV show, just on Grafton Street, and I said, "Oh, what are you doing now?" And he says, "Oh, I'm doing this hidden camera show, which was anonymous. And the pilot show we have at the moment is Samantha Mumba is dressed up as a nun and going around. So Samantha Mumba dressed as a nun, but disguised. And I was like everyone, all the comedians, all the entertainers were invited to the Oris. Mary McAleese invited us all. And Samantha Mumba was the nun in the nun costume. Like it was literally 2 days later, but she's in disguise to try and get a few people. And I'm the only one who knows because I'd like inadvertently been told by Trevor, the sound guy. So she's walking around and I went, "I think I dated you once." And she's just, "Shut up." Anyone listening going, "Carol is chatting up that nun?"
I was coming down Henry Street once and I saw Ross Brown and I went, "Oh, there's Ross." And then I realized immediately he's spoofing someone. So you can see him talking to someone outside the pet shop and you see me walking, you see me in the background going, and kept moving.
Well, funnily enough, the people I was in the queue with going into the Oris were Jason Byrne and Darren Smith, the presenter and producer of Anonymous. And I didn't tell them. I didn't know Jason was the presenter. And I'm like going, "Oh, don't tell them that that's Samantha Mumba in a disguise." So I still kept it secret from the 2 people who actually knew and were responsible for her being there. I said, "Well, I'm not telling those messers. They wouldn't be able to keep something as important as that secret." But that was the weird thing of getting invited to the Oris and Uachtaráin, and there's Samantha Mumba dressed as a nun. I'm hoping that happened and it wasn't just a dream I had.
You didn't? Yeah, that was a dream. What I was going to say to you, I did a gig with you last night and you mentioned how long you're doing comedy. Am I allowed to mention that?
Oh, yeah. It's 20 years and 20 years and 8 months now.
Deadly.
And my career is older than some of the comedians now that's coming out.
Yeah,
like
that's
Sean King. You've seen Sean King, young comic who's really good. And I know every time I meet him, I get annoyed going, "You're younger than my career." It's too much. Shut up. Just stop. Come back in 5 years, for crying out loud.
Is there anything you want to plug before we go?
I want to get these plugged. When I look in the mirror at home, it doesn't look as bad. And anytime I come on a camera, I just go, "It looks like I'm bald."
I'm the same. I'm way grayer on this than I am.
And I really didn't know about that until I did a gig with the big screens behind me, and I saw the back of my head for the first time properly. I was like, "Oh my God, that's the worst thing ever." Yeah, it's funny. During the lockdown, I found some old footage of gigs I did and some old TV appearances. I was looking at it, I was going, "Oh geez." But the one thing that struck me was, look how much hair I had. I wasn't like this when I was in my 20s, just about. But even Paul, in the years I've known you, you've started to go grey. I think that might be my fault, is it?
And I'm kind of going back a bit as well. It's taking me longer to wash my face every day, so it's just. But I'm holding in there. I have the cow's licks. I don't know, am I going to stick with them because I told you before, I went in to get my hair cut one time and I said to the girl, "Can I get like a 3 blade back and sides and a little bit off the top and keep the fringe short because I have 2 cow's licks?" And I thought the conversation had ended there, but she was obviously weighing up the haircut. And like what seemed like ages, like about 10 seconds later, she went, "You must wake up every morning with a big horn, do you?" As in, I thought, Jesus, got me with the days when they just asked you where you were going on holidays, But
yeah, that's an awkward one. If someone else just walks into the conversation as you answer.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Every morning I have a massive horn. Yeah. Oh, and like, oh, geez, leave that girl alone. I tend to have a flock of seagulls here in the morning.
There's a reference now that not many people are going to get.
I got my hair cut the other day, so it's not there. But yeah,
if I can edit later on, I'll put in a picture of flock of seagulls. But there's a very obscure. Only us middle-aged guys are going to get that reference, or anyone who watches Friends, maybe. But anyway.
Oh, there is.
But listen, I was going to say thanks a million for being for setting the pace here. Anyway, at 8.
You were going to say that?
Oh no, I am going to say. And I'm going to move on. We're going to move on to the next one. Well, thanks a million, Carol Spain, everybody.
Next up, one of the nice guys of comedy, really funny act, and he runs a club. Well, he used to. Hopefully, it'll be back in the Mercantile of a Thursday night. Eddie Malarkey, everyone.
Everybody, how's it going, bud?
Good to see you, Paul. Yeah, delighted.
I'm seeing you moved down the country for a while during 2020.
I went back to my culture roots. I went to live with the parents, live off the fat of the parents, because I was out of work, out of luck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went back to Galway with the missus, and it was nice. Just a few months. I reverted into a fat slob of a teenager, if I'm honest. I'm delighted to be back in Dublin and be, a bit of pressure on my shoulders.
Well, from your Instagram, it looked like you had a good time anyway. So
it's very important to portray a good time on Instagram.
Yeah,
never tell the truth. Never say what's really going on. That I'm getting dinners cooked. On Instagram,
I'm the best parent ever. I'm the best husband. I'm everything. It is that thing. All right, isn't it?
Yeah. You're never gonna make a post saying Jesus today was really tough.
Yeah.
Who wants to see that? It's unfortunate. But Galway was nice.
Sorry, go on, go ahead. Yeah.
No, just like it's Galway is very funny because it's so much more relaxed. Like I went in May, we moved from Dublin, it was all very rigid. Cases were low in Galway, but the beaches were absolutely throbbing with people. And there was one point, there was 2 guards walking down the beach to try and make sure everything is all right. And there was about 6 or 8 Spanish lads drinking beers on the beach, all like huddled together, like not socially distanced. And one of the guards came up to me. I was with a mate. He said, he looked over and said, do you speak Spanish? And I was like, no. And then he said, oh, sure, we'll leave it, so fuck it. And they just walked on. Just gave up,
Because you look like a guy who might speak Spanish.
I might. But also, they clearly speak English. They're here, like, they obviously, and they'll also understand a finger, like,
Yeah.
Anyway.
So come here, one-liners, how are you? That's your comfort zone. You do throw in a few one-liners every now and again, don't you?
I mean, you always have to have the odd one-liner, keep things moving along. I'm more of a storyteller, I'll be honest. It wouldn't be my...
The thing about this, I think, is just that it's out of your comfort zone. You kind of just, I'm only going to give you a few minutes and see what you can come up with, just to get the comedy brain working again. Anyway, that's the plan. So
okay, I'll give it a go. Thanks for getting me out of my comfort zone. Anyway, Paul, it's not like 2020 was hard enough as it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just doing it because this the only thing that suits me. But I've got a list. I have a load of cards in here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delve in here. And they're all fairly subjects that are fairly vague. So just once you roughly stick to the subject, is the
okay.
So not a bad one. Religion.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'm going to give you a very generous 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll come back after that. So Eddie Malarkey on religion.
Well, wait for this now, audience. You're going to go wet your pants with laughs. All right.
So we're back after a very generous 2 to 3 minutes on religion. How did you get on?
I think I did very well.
Right.
But I'm not the judge of that, really.
Right, we'll go for
I
it.
always laugh my own jokes. Okay.
Right, go for it. Any malarkey down there?
Yeah, so I was Catholic. I used to be an altar boy when I was a kid. I used to read out passages from the Bible to the church, which was my first real taste of stand-up comedy. I don't believe in any of it anymore, I'll be honest. I prayed for years to God, thinking he's going to say something back. But God's like a bad friend on WhatsApp. He's seen your messages. There's 2 blue ticks beside, but he's not replying to anything. And all I wanted was a sign, to believe in it, like just 3 dots. God is typing. Send me anything, a thumbs up, a GIF, a dick pic, something to believe. God has bad manners, let's face it. The last time that I was at Mass was Christmas, and the priest said, God has a plan for me, God has a plan for all of us. And I just wish I could believe in that, that if I could, the anxieties would all be gone. Any situation, your mum walks in on you, masturbating, oh, Eddie, what are you doing? Jeez, relax, mum, it's God's plan. You didn't knock on the door, God planned that too, apparently. Another thing that really annoys me, grinds my gears, is when people say Blessed Virgin Mary, people are obsessed with the Blessed Virgin. She was also other things. She was very tidy as well, and tidiness to me is much more important than virginity. I'd rather be with a nymphomaniac who cleans up after herself than a virgin who leaves dirty dishes and dirty underwear all over the house, She'll only be a virgin until the wedding night, but she'll be tidy forever. I sound like an old pervert there. She'll be a virgin only until the wedding. Yeah. That's all my little scribbles.
That was brilliant. I as you were talking, I'm just on every punchline. I'm writing stuff down, so I'm counting them here. That you got 12. 12 punchlines in there. Yeah. So they weren't one-liners as such, but they're all a load of little one-liners in the one thing. So that's perfect.
I was thinking. I mean, it's a tough challenge to write one-liners that fast. I can come up with like how the brain works, like one-liners to me in that space of time. But I'm glad 12 punchlines.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. When I read out religion, in my head, I was thinking, "Oh, balls! That's a balls of a subject." I was looking around when I was writing out all the subjects. I was like, "What will I put in?" And I just thought that was
very Christmas.
Well done. What I'm saying is well done on that subject. Anyway, well done.
Cheers. Cheers. 12 punchlines. There weren't 12 laughs, but 12 punchlines will do.
Well, no, I'm terrible. I was laughing.
I'm only messing. Yeah.
No, well done. That was the business. Come here. Is there anything you want to plug before you go or anything like that? There's nothing really happening, is there?
There's nothing happening for me at the moment. I'll be honest. I mean, there's plenty family times and things, but
no podcast or any online.
Not yet. Big plans for 2021. Well, they're top secret.
You might come back again and do it again. Anyway, hopefully we keep this going. Anyway, so.
Yeah, I'll be well willing, Paul. It's always a pleasure with you.
Well, listen. So anyway, with a score of 12, well done, Eddie Malarkey, everybody.
And to finish off, I got a comedian who cracks me up on and off the stage. She just has this lovely style of comedy, and I think you're going to enjoy her. Mags McHugh.
Mags, welcome.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
I haven't seen you in Yonks. How are you getting on in 2020?
A lot happening for me. Hell of a lot. Very busy. Ryan Tuberty, me and him a bit of a thing going. Yeah. He's been grouting my tails. Yeah, he's been grouting my tails, and it's going well. Yeah. It's a bit of a fantasy. Yeah. Obviously, I work in mental health, and it is affecting me. But that is my fantasy. Me and Ryan Tuberty in the bathroom, him tiling, and I've been dreaming of him. So there you are. That wasn't what I was expecting, but it is, in fact, the truth. Yeah.
He's a rare kind of a sex symbol, Ryan. There is something about him, all right, though, isn't there?
There is. Do you know something? He's very good at grouting, and he's very, very tidy. He cleans up after himself, and he wears a little, one of those little builders, like a little leatherette kind of thing, and he keeps his tools in there. It's very lovely. Yeah. He's in the knit. I haven't mentioned that, but he wears it. Yeah, I know. I mean, you weren't expecting that, Paul, but you did ask what I've been doing, and that's what I've been doing. That and eating biscuits. I've been eating a lot of biscuits. Yeah.
That's better than most people, I have to say. Come here, this is all about one-liners. This is kind of out of your comfort zone, isn't it?
Oh, it's not me. It's not my thing at all. This one, no, God, no. I'm as you know, a rambler. So yeah, I do tend to.
Right.
We'll see how we go. You know.
Yeah, we give it a
But
go.
I did. Are we going to do it now? Right, we're going to. Oh,
No,
God,
are you ready?
You've got me ready now. Here
Sorry,
we go.
I didn't mean to spring it on
Oh,
you.
I can't wait.
But,
Here we go. Yeah, let's
so
go for it.
I've got
Roll,
a list of very vague subjects, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna delve in here, pick one out,
Okay.
and what have I got? This is a good one. It's trees.
Is that trees? Is it your pronunciation? Is it trees?
Sorry, my Tipperary accent. Sorry, as in the things that grow out of the ground, the trees.
Oh God, love your trees. Okay, that was with as opposed to threes, which would be different. Okay, well, I'll take a leaf out of your book and see how I get on with this.
Look, you're off. You're off.
Look, we're off. That's it. Okay.
Right,
so,
you've got 2 minutes. You've got 2 minutes. You've got
2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 2. Okay. Holy God. Trees. Okay.
Okay, we're back after a generous 2 minutes. How are you getting on, Megs?
Oh, okay. What I needed really was the tree wise men. Okay.
Starter. Okay. There's one already.
Okay. There is a prize for this. I'm guessing I'm going to win something. I want to be an award winner. So, okay, what I've got. Here we go. We've got. Okay. I had to get to the root of the problem. Oh, trees. Okay. Okay. So, to root of the problem. Brilliant. Okay. What I decided was we needed to spruce up the whole show. Spruce it all up a little.
Brilliant.
Okay, it's Christmassy. Okay. No one wants to look like a sap, especially me, obviously. But with the whole COVID thing and with the tree situation, we're not out of the woods yet. So, and I think I'm gonna stop now because we could be sick of more jokes. That's brilliant. That's as good as it got. Did I win anything, Paul?
That was 7. That was brilliant. That was a great score.
That was a lot, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. And in 2 minutes, and to be honest with you, I'm always generous. You were actually genuinely just over 2 minutes. So most people have taken 4 or 5. So yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I seem to be losing my sound there, but if I am, we'll sort it. But Mags, thanks a million for coming on.
Okay, you're welcome, and I hope just send the prize to me. Okay.
Yeah.
Any biscuits at all will do. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Mags.
Cheers, Paul. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks a million there to Mags for doing that. Mags McHugh can be found on Facebook as Mags McHugh and McHugh Mags on Instagram. Eddie Malarkey is Eddie Malarkey on Instagram and Malarkey Comedy on Instagram. And Carl Spain is Carl Spain, and he's also Carl Kingoff on Instagram. We've got another episode coming soon, so watch this space.